VT 467477 PAL, Royal Variety Performance, UK version, Part 1, Take 1.
Tonight, the Palladium is packed with an audience eagerly anticipating the arrival of the royal party. Meanwhile, they listen to a selection of music dedicated to the late Bing Crosby, who should have been among the many stars appearing in this very special Royal Variety Gala. The two men most responsible for the gala step forward to greet the Queen, Lord Belafonte and Lord Grey. She moves along the line, say hello to Louis Benjamin, Managing Director of the Palladium, and Reg Swinson, the Secretary of the fund that will most benefit from tonight's charity, the Entertainment Artist Benevolent Fund. And so to a very proud lady tonight, Mrs. Olga Grey, 90 years old, and the mother of Lord Belafonte and Lord Grey. She hands the Queen a bouquet designed by Joe Upton of gardenias, orchids, freesias, lilies of the valley, and dotted with minuet roses. And so the audience rise to greet Her Majesty on this very special night. Tonight's show will be seen not just in this country, but right across America. So who better to compare it than the man who is introduced quite simply as, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen, for this wonderful, glamorous night. America salutes the Queen. And what a show I think we have for you. No, I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to be here. I flew over on the Concorde, and I'm delighted to be anywhere. Now, it's fun to fly a Concorde. You get up in the air, then try to guess where you'll be allowed to land. But it's an incredible plane. But it's an incredible plane. It's so fast, it doesn't have a washroom. It really is fast. I pinched the stewardess in New York and got my face slapped in London. Now, the Concorde is amazing. Unbelievable as it seems, by the time your cab gets you from the airport to your hotel in London, your luggage is back in New York. Actually, I'm not here just for this show. I just had to drop by and drop off Prince Charles' laundry. He was a big hit in the States. In Hollywood, he had Farrah Fawcett on one arm and Italy's Sophia Loren on his other. You get the feeling he'd make a great foreign affairs man. And the Prince and Governor Jerry Brown of California had a good meeting. They're both bachelors. That's someone who wants a girl in his arms, but not on his hands. But this is a great theater, one of the greatest in the world. It's great. Palladium. American performers do well here, considering the language barrier. And it's always been great. If you did well here, the audience had loved you. If you didn't, you spent a few days at the Tower of London and came out taller. And the Palladium audiences are noted for their intelligence and their keen knowledge of comedy, which is why I want to remind you that I was born here. So if you hear anything you don't like, at least be patriotic. Actually, I'm not worried. I know they still like me a lot here because they put a wax replica of me in famed Madame Tussauds Waxworks, and it's easy to find. I'm the one with a wick. I'm really in England on business, you see. I'm starting a nappy company, and I wanted to start at the top. I would like to congratulate Her Majesty on becoming a grandmother. She now has another title. She now has another title, Royal Babysitter. 2 weeks ago, the doctor held Master Phillips up by his feet while an assistant rushed to Buckingham Palace and asked permission to spank his bottom. And when the doctor spanked him, he didn't cry. He made a stiff upper lip, which isn't easy with no teeth. And the baby was born at St. Mary's Hospital. They would have liked to have been born in the palace, but you know how hard it is to get a doctor to make a house call these days. It's ironic, though, that Princess Anne had the baby. After all, it was Prince Charles who had the stomachache. Australia's where he came down with a case of food poisoning. A bad kangaroo steak can really be murder. It doesn't just lay there, it hops around in your stomach. But I'll tell you, it's a great night, and it's been a great weekend with Anwar Sadat, and he made a history, really wonderful history with his visit to Israel. I don't care how angry you're with a nation, you can still visit with them. I go to the Academy Awards every year. But Sadat didn't take any chances. When he got off the plane, he said, "Greetings to you, 3 million Jews, from my 70 million Arabs." But Mr. Sadat kept his opening remarks brief. He knew enough not to go into Israel and act like a ham. Sooner or later, they have to make peace with the Jews. They can't go on buying retail all their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoy the show. And now for the first act, I want you to meet. Years ago, you know, we gave bundles to Britain. And then 4 young guys named John, Paul, Ringo, and George came over and made their own bundle. Ever since then, we've come to expect a steady supply of newfound, exciting musical talent. From this side of the ocean this year, a new group arrived as winners of the annual Eurovision contest to prove that our expectations are well-founded. Their very name epitomizes something your marvelous country has always stood for. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Brotherhood of Man.
Long ago, high on a mountain in Mexico, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo. met a young girl and he loved her so. Rich was she, came from a very high family. Angelo knew it could never be. They ran away to their destiny. Boy Angelo, who met a young girl and he loved her so. Running away together, running away forever, Angelo. Running away from danger, hiding from every stranger, Angelo. They knew it wasn't wrong, they found a love so strong. They took their lives at night.
That's my kind of brotherhood, where there's two gals. Now, they're fine. We were at a big party at the American Embassy this week. We had a great party. I won't say the drinks were potent, but it's the first time I ever asked Rudolf Nureyev to dance. He accepted and told me to get into my tutu. One of the nice things about the kind of an evening that we have here is not only do you get to experience a list of established stars together under an exciting roof, but it's got to be the thrill of a lifetime if you're fairly new in the business and you suddenly find yourself booked to perform in one of these great Royal Gala shows. Because if you really do make it, it could be the start of something big, which I've got a feeling is about to happen right now to a couple of very bright and clever talents, ironically named Little and Large.
Supersonic Sid, and here he is! Well, he's been here so long, trying to get along, pretending that he's oh so shy. You're looking good. He's a natural man, doing all he can. His temperature is running high.
Friday night, no one in sight, and we ain't got so much to share. Ho, ho, talking's fine if you got the time, and we ain't got the time to spare. Ho, ho, do you wanna touch? Oh, do you wanna touch? Do you wanna touch me there? Ho, ho, do you wanna touch? Do you wanna touch? Do you wanna touch me there? Ho, ho, do you wanna touch? Do you wanna touch? Do you wanna touch me there? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Woo! Wow, thank you very much, thank you.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Brill. Supersonic. The man from Atlantis. You tried swimming like that yet? I think he's been filleted. Supersonic said, do you think he's looking good tonight, girls? Who does he remind you of? Steve Austin. A man barely alive. Big night for you tonight, Supersonic?
Yes, yes.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do a nice song.
Steps back in amazement. That's a brilliant idea, that.
What are you going to do?
Well, I was going to do one of my different impressions, but I won't do it now.
A different impression?
Different impression, yeah.
Never been done?
Only by me.
Do it.
All right, I'll do it. It's an impression of Tommy Cooper's motor car starting up on a cold morning. It's not funny, but it's different, isn't it? There you are. I've got hundreds of them.
Hundreds?
Hundreds of them.
One more.
One more. Harry Seacombe's motor car starting up on a cold morning. James Stewart. Fozzie Bear. Edward Heath. Eddie Waring. Supersonic?
Yes.
Sing your song. Supersonic.
By myself?
No, on your own.
And you're not going to mess about?
No, I won't mess about. Your night, you carry on. Brilliant. I won't mess about. Why should I mess about? It's brilliant.
I would like to sing this very lovely song. This song... You said you wasn't going to mess about.
You attend to your business, and I'll attend to mine.
Who's that?
Margaret Thatcher. My name's Frank Cannon.
This very lovely song was first heard in a very lovely musical. The musical was called...
Okay there, Muskie. Okay there, boy. What's going on here, Muskie?
Sorry. I'm messing about then. Sorry.
The musical was called The Music Man, and this very lovely song is called Till There Was You. What you doing?
Hey?
I said, what are you doing?
What we're doing? It's my new ray gun.
Hey?
I bought it today. When I point this at the audience, it makes them all clap.
Is it?
Yeah, you watch this.
They're as daft as you.
Dafter, they paid.
Till There Was You. Thank you.
Fantastic, this. Really good. Brilliant.
There were bells
Avon calling.
on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you.
Where are you, Grasshopper? I have something to tell you, Grasshopper. I have something to tell you. I am not wearing hominy hairspray. Grasshopper. Grasshopper? Why are you not wearing any clothes, Grasshopper?
I'm here,
Oh, Grasshopper.
I'll keep my eye out for you.
by myself, on my own, without you, you said it was, and you've done nothing but mess about all the time. So...
Give me a crocodile sandwich and make it snappy.
so you can get off. Off.
I am sailing home again across the sea.
Who was that?
Popeye. Oh, Popeye.
Sweet pea, olive.
Popeye, it's funny that.
Sorry.
Second verse, thank you. There were birds all around, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all, till there was you. My fantastic guitar solo. I'm not playing that!
What's it you're doing, sonny boy? Come here a moment. You nearly knocked my head off. Good job it's pinned on.
Then there was music and wonderful roses.
Somebody's trying to sing.
They tell me, and sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn. And you. There was love all around, but I never heard it sing.
Name that tune.
No, I never heard it at all, till there was you. Till there was you.
The runaway train came down the track and she blew. Oh, the runaway train came down the track and she blew.
Sorry. Till there was you.
This next gentleman is one of the most prolific songwriters and singers in our business today. He's also one of the most prolific men I know, having written songs for Tom Jones, Engelbert Humperdinck, and of course My Way for Frank Sinatra, while keeping all the lousy songs for his own act. No, he knows I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, the Donny Osmond of the Diet Pepsi generation, the incredible Mr. Paul Anka, right here.
Thank you and good evening. It only takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in a moment you will never be alone again. I held her for an instant, and my arms felt sure and strong. It only takes a moment to belong, a whole life long. It only takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in a moment you will never be alone again. I held her for an instant, and his arms felt sure and strong. It only takes a moment just a moment for you and I, babe, to love our whole life long, whole life long.
I wrote this next song a number of years ago. I was about to record it myself, but something happened that made me change my mind. That something was Frank Sinatra. He had heard me sing the song and he said, "Paul, I want to record it first." I could have said no, but I didn't want any guy coming to my house with a horse's head under his arm, you know. Married man with 5 kids. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. And my friends, I'll say it clear and state my case, of which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full, and I traveled each and every highway and more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. And I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. And I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more than this, I did it my way. There were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up, and I spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall. I did it my way. I loved and laughed and cried, and I've had my share of losing. And now as tears subside, I find it amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my way. What are we all? What have you got? If not yourself, then you have not. You've got to say the things you truly feel, and not the words of someone who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. My way.
VT 4674 PAL Royal Variety Performance UK version, Part 2, Take 1.
Our next act is composed of three of the biggest television stars in the world today: a pig, a frog, and a bear. They're marvelous. And in a strange way, they're more human than people and a lot more fun. It is Jimmy Henson's Muppets, right here.
Muppets to be here at the Royal Gala performance. I feel like a very small frog in a very large pond. Matter of fact, I think I may be the only frog in the place. No, out there, about the fourth row over there, I think I see. No. I guess I was just,
Kermit.
What?
Kermit.
Oh, you all know Fozzie Bear, eh?
Hello. Yeah, hi. Listen, I can't do it. I'm going home.
Fozzie, wait!
What?
Come back here.
No, you don't. Could I talk to you for a second, please, Bear the Frog?
What?
You see, I'm not ready. I mean, this is the big time. The big T.
Yeah, well, sure, Fozzie, but these are the same people you've always been playing to.
Really?
Sure. They're just wearing different stuff.
No, I'm not ready. Kermit, you don't understand. This is the Palladium. I'm a bear. I started out working in caves.
Listen, Fozzie, just completely forget that there's royalty out there.
What?
They're right behind you, but don't turn around.
Holy guacamole! Oh, sweet jumping toads! What do? Think fast, Frog. Pro. Yes, I'll tell a little joke.
You never tell a big one.
Give me a break, Frog.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. Joke. Hey, what do you get when you cross a pig with a centipede?
I don't know, Fozzie. What do you get when you cross a pig with a centipede?
Bacon and legs. Oh, they hated it. Oh.
It's okay, Fozzie.
Kermit.
Gonzo.
That's not the way I heard it.
How did you hear it?
Well, look, I heard it like this. What do you get when you cross a pig with an important English official?
I don't know, Gonzo. What do you get when you cross a pig with an important English official?
The Lord Mayor of London.
The Lord Mayor of London.
It's a joke, get it?
So
long.
Yes. Very good, yes.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah, Scooter.
Hey, tell me, what do you get when you cross a pig with suntan lotion?
I don't know. What do you get when you cross a pig with suntan lotion?
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ointment.
Ointment!
You like it?
Very good.
Hey, my main frog. Dig on this.
Yeah, Floyd.
What do you get when you cross a pig with a violin section?
I don't know. What do you get when you cross a pig with a violin section?
Hamstrings.
Hamstrings!
Hello, Kermit.
Yes, Miss Piggy.
How is my little Kermit?
Well, I'm fine.
I see my little Kermit is having fun.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. We just.
I'm glad my frog is enjoying himself.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to sing our little warm and loving song now, Miss Piggy?
I certainly am. Our warm and loving song. Yes. Could I just ask you a teensy little question first?
Sure. What's that?
Why are you doing all the dumb pig jokes? Huh?
Well, well, yeah, you know, we're just having fun, you know.
Kermit,
Yeah.
Kermit, before we sing our song, could I tell you a joke?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is cute. What do you get when you cross a frog with a fist?
What do you...
Hit it, Jack!
Life is a funny thing. Sometimes you laugh and sing.
Sometimes you grumble and cuss.
Knock it off! But either way, what do we care?
We got us. Unfortunately,
we have our ups and downs, our shares of smiles and frowns. But through it all, we don't fuss.
'Cause we got a special thing going.
We got us.
Some people like to go through their life single. Oh, that wouldn't suit us at all.
Why sing a melody as a soliloquy when it's more fun to be harmonizing?
Come on, everybody.
People may say we are crazy the way we are, that we won't even discuss. 'Cause what we got they can't smother. We trade our life for no other. They've only got one another, but we got us.
They're really incredible, aren't they? That little Miss Piggy is a little unbelievable. Nobody could have a nose like that. Ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of days ago, they had a Miss World contest, and we have her here with us tonight because she just won a great title, and she's from Sweden, a beautiful girl, Miss Mary Stavin, right here. Mary, congratulations on winning the Miss World title.
Thank you. I'm very lucky.
Lucky?
Yeah, I'm just an ordinary girl, you know.
You're an ordinary girl. Yeah, and Buckingham Palace is just an ordinary ranch house. Mary, we're delighted, though, that you could be on our show. Are you nervous?
Oh, ever since I walked on stage, I've been shaking all over.
Small world, isn't it? Mary, we all saw you a few days ago when they crowned you Miss World.
Yes, I cried when I realized I'd won.
Did you? I generally wait for the reviews. But you are Miss World, and you must be thrilled at the prospect of a whole year of travel and excitement.
Yes, I am. And I hope to have as much fun as you do on the road.
Well, with me, I have to travel. With my act, I have to keep moving.
Go on, Bob. You have always been my favorite comedian.
Thank you.
And my mother's before that, and my grandmother.
Yeah, thank you. I get the idea. How do you like that? A female Alex Haley. Miss World, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Thank you, darling. You know, there are a lot of different shows sides to show business. On one hand, you have the Muppets, and on the other hand, you have the punk rock. The Muppets look like animals and act like people, and the punk rockers, well, no. Punk rock, that's Jack the Ripper set to music. You know, the English are considered to be a very proud people, and this next young lady has made them even feel prouder. In the last few years, she's gone from band singer to top jazz vocalist to musical comedy star to established international entertainer. She's versatile, she's original, she's one of a kind. She's Miss Cleo Laine.
I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string. I'd say that I had spring fever, but it isn't even spring. I'm starry-eyed and vaguely discontented, like a nightingale without a song to sing. Why should I have spring fever when it isn't even spring? I keep wishing I was somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. Hear my voice wherever you are. Take a train, steal a car, hop a freight, grab a star, come back to me. Plane, catch a breeze on your hands or on your knees, swim or fly, only please come back to me. On a mute or a jet, if my hair's in a net or a towel wringing wet, I don't care. This is where you should be. From the shore, ride the wind to my door, turn the highway to dust, break the law if you must, move the world only just, come back to me. Must I fight City Hall here and now? Damn it all, come back to me. What on earth must I do till I blue lost your soul? Why don't you come back to me? Have you gone to the moon or the corner saloon and to rock and roll? You can tell where in hell you can be. A crate or a trunk, on a horse or on a drum, in a rose or a van, black or white with a tan, any way that you can, come back to me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce you to you now, one of my very, very best friends, Mr. John Williams. So beautiful. 'twas springtime, winter was cold. How could I tell him what I so clearly could see? Though I long for him another, trusted me completely, so I never could be free. Ah, but it was beautiful, knowing now that he cared. I will always remember moments we shared. Now it's all over, still the feelings linger on. For my dream keeps returning. Now that he's gone, for it was beautiful, beautiful to be loved. Dankworth. Now I'd like to sing another song with yet another very good friend of mine, Mr. John Dankworth. How we pray someone will come along who will write a lyric to this song.
In the meantime.
VT 4674 77 PAL, Royal Variety Performance, UK version, Part 3, Take 1.
Thank you. I got struck by lightning. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where's the other fez? The other fez. You got the fez there? Yeah, you've got it there. Won't be a minute. Just... And the rope. The rope. I think you got the rope? Won't be a second. I want to do so well as well. All right, Charlie. Nice to see you. Very nice. Still here, eh? Put the kettle on, will you? Oh, you got it on. Suits you. Well, you never know, do you? You never know. She might. Or she might not, but she might. You never know, you see. I went window shopping today, bought 4 windows. I went across the barber shop. It's a how much a haircut? It's 7 to 6. I said, how much a shave? It's a 2 bob. I said, shave my head. He said to me, after I finished shaving you, what do you want on your face? I said, leave the nose. And he was he was slow. He looked at me, he said, do your hair's turning grey. I said, well, get a move on. Now, here we have a skimming rope, so we'll skip that down. I got some bottles of wine here, 8 bottles of wine. Japanese Beaujolais. Travel well. You're going to drink it before you travel. Now, this bottle costs £1,000 a bottle. The wine costs nothing. Oh, that's nice. I'll drink the rest later. No? All right. I backed a horse today, 20 to 1. Came in 20 past 4. And the jockey kept hitting him with a whip like that. Not like that, like that. And the horse said, "What are you doing that for? There's nobody behind us." Just to the front of it. No, that's it. No. Focus. Thank you. No trapdoors. Ala hala ho ha. Turn the back. The back. Do the back. That's it. Right, okay, there. So where do you get this? Boom. Oh. Down a bit, down. Put it down, oof. Down a bit.
Tommy Cooper. Take him out, Tom. Isn't he great? That was a fellow who keeps doing everything over and over till he gets it wrong. And you know who he is, the unbelievable Tommy Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there used to be a cliche plot in a lot of movies. You know the story. A star can't go on that night, so they take a girl out of the chorus, and she goes on in her place, and she's a big smash, and that just happens to be there's an important producer in the audience, and he signs her up and puts her in the movie, and she becomes an instant star and goes on to establish herself as a great talent. And, well, you know that in real life, things like that never happen. Even people in our business know that things like that never happen. Unless, of course, they happen to be unrealistic, a dreamer, foolhardy, or unless, of course, their name happens to be Miss Shirley MacLaine, right here.
They could see me now. That little gang of mine, standing on this stage, all gussied up, real fine. I'd like those stumble bums to see for a fact
the kind of top drawer, first-rate chums I attract. All I can say is, wow. Just look at where I am. Tonight I landed, pow, right in a pot of jam. What an evening. Holy cow. They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now and watch me sing and dance, surrounded up to here in pomp and circumstance. They'd say that this was one of my classier gigs, and if they looked up there, they'd all flip their wigs. This place is packed tonight with so much royalty. They had to seat the earls and barons in the balcony. What a wing-ding, holy cow. They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now. If they could see me now, they'd wonder how I got to be upon this stage and standing in this spot. To tell the truth, I'm filling in for a chum. Vanessa Redgrave said she just couldn't come. They said we need MacLaine and no one else will do. If she can't do the job, then we'll get Danny LaRue. What a showdown, holy cow. They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now. If they could see me now, they'd say I made the grade. And I don't mean Lord Lou, that's not the grade I made. And when they sing God Save the Queen, I agree. I only pray they don't mean save her from me. And when they sing my song, I want to do it right, because I really long to bring you joy tonight. What an evening, holy cow, they'd never believe it if my friends could see me now. If my friends could see me It's so fabulous to be home. Though I am fancy-free and love to wander, I've got this gypsy in my soul. Though something's calling me from way out yonder, I've got this gypsy in my soul. No cares, no strings, my heart has. There's no other life of which I'm fonder. I've got this gypsy in my soul. I've got to give vent to my emotions. I'm only content having my say. There is no other life of which I'm fonder. I've got this gypsy in my soul. other life of which I'm fonder. I've got this gypsy in my soul. Donkey Serenade, Hustle. Deep, everybody likes to hustle.
VTR 467477 PAL, Royal Variety, Part 4, Take 1, UK version.
Thank you and welcome back. I'm about to introduce a young lady whose rise to fame sounds almost like a fairy tale. 18 months ago, she was working in an office. Then she appeared on a TV talent show doing of all things poetry. I guess you know the rest even better than I do. Her book of poems, a bestseller, her own television series, and now an appearance in this Royal Gala. In fact, she's been so successful, she's thinking of giving up her day job. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pam Ayres.
Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for that glowing introduction, Mr. Hope. Because when the man phoned me up and asked me if I would come along this evening and do a turn, I was very pleased, and I said, well, as it's a special occasion, I'll come along and murder a song for you. And the man said, no, we'd rather you didn't actually do that because we have got such names as Julie Andrews and Harry Belafonte, and people can only stand so much excitement in one day, you see. So I said, that's all right, I understand perfectly. I said, so I'll do a dance for you instead. I'll do me dance of the 7 army surplus blankets. And the man said, no, we'd rather you didn't do that either because we have got Rudolf Nureyev, you see. Well, I didn't want to show him up, so what I thought I'd do instead is recite a poem for you. Thank you very much. I realise that this will come as a great surprise to everybody. And the poem that I've chosen to recite is one that I wrote after observing the activity in my village earlier in the year. And as it's entitled, After the Jubilee, I thought it might be suitable for this evening. Here it is. Oh, don't play anything else on your squeeze box, mother. To honour the Jubilee. Well, I dare say the Queen would enjoy it, but it has started grating on me. Come and sit on this tattered old bunting. Here's your tea in a Jubilee cup. Oh, don't play God Save the Queen for a minute. Or in other words, mother, shut up. But how we rose to the occasion with our patriotism and flags, with our parties and fetes and processions and our Jubilee carrier bags. How we planned for the local street party with the sun beating down on your head. But unfortunately, it rained on you and me, so we had it in Angus's shed. Well... but the dingy old street, how we decked it, how the neighbours all chattered and talked as they knocked the tin tacks in the Union Jacks, and the next day the whole lot had walked. And the kiddies all rushed down to help us. Who's to say industry never pays? They wrote, "Long may she rain" down the brickwork. And it did look, it poured down for days. And the bonfires they lit in the village. Well, we'll see nothing like it again. And the only bonfire that burned brighter was the shock one up Arsonist's Lane. And we went on a torchlight procession. We bought special torches for that. I held mine up high, proudly up in the sky, and my shoulders got covered in fat. But before you strike up again, Mother, let me refill your Jubilee cup. Well, me slab cake went down in the middle, but I've turned it the other way up. Oh, the fireworks and fights are all over. The street party's swept up and done. Here's a message for Buckingham Palace. Can we do it again? It was fun. Thank you very much. Now, before I came on, the man said to me, whatever you do, make sure that you round it off nice at the end, he said. And don't just shamble off. So he said, for instance, why don't you walk off the stage saying something? So what I have chosen to say is this lovely limerick by Mr. Jack Ayres, which I am going to recite walking off the stage. Here it is. Two ugly sisters from Fordham went out for a walk till it bored 'em. On the way back, a sex maniac jumped out from a bush and ignored them.
Some dancers are great technicians, some are excellent executionists, some are brilliant showmen, but Rudolf Nureyev is an experience. Here partnered with Yoko Morishito is a pas de deux from Don Quixote. Ladies and gentlemen, the first and last word in the art of dance, Nureyev.
VTR 4674 77 PAL, Royal Variety, Part 5, Take 1, UK version.
You know, when Alan King's agent first contacted him with the news that his presence was requested at this auspicious occasion, Alan reacted with his typical sensitivity and humbleness. He said, "If it's for a close relative, how can I refuse?" Since he arrived in town over a week ago, he could be seen every day standing in front of Buckingham Palace yelling, "But they're expecting me." The name is King. Every time he appears on television, the audiences laugh and the institution he attacks cry. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who's done more for airline travel than fear itself, Mr. Alan King, right here. What are you angry at tonight?
Did you ever try to get a doctor?
I don't want to be a part of it.
Who else would they put on after Nureyev? If I was built like Nureyev, I'd have been dead 10 years ago. I hope you all live as long as this evening seems to me. The last time I appeared in London was in 1960, which will give you an idea of what a big hit I must have been the last time I appeared. I had another routine plan. You'll notice there are no cards and no lights. But having spent the week in your fair city, I don't have much time to offend everybody, so I'm going to get right into it. I arrived a week ago, and I developed a rash on my cheek. I called Lord Grade, who recommended a physician on Harley Street, who recommended another physician on Harley Street, who recommended another physician on Harley Street. I went to a dermatologist, and I knew he was top drawer. He took the test and then said to me, "When was the last time you were in the jungle?" I said, "Iwo Jima, 1944. He said, "That's the reason it's Remembrance Day." If there's anybody here that wants to become a dermatologist, take the oath. If it's wet, make it dry. If it's dry, make it wet. You are now all dermatologists. If it wasn't for the doorman at the hotel who told me to put calamine lotion, I wouldn't be here tonight. It's nice to know that we have so much in common. Doctors in Harley Street or Park Ave, they'll kill you on both sides of the Atlantic. See, I know of which I speak. I come from a family of physicians. My oldest brother is a doctor, is considered to be one of New York's foremost internists. He's a doctor because I willed it. I was working in burlesque and saloons, so my brother could go to Syracuse University, Harvard Medical School. 3 years in the Army, I subsidized his family. He spent 2 years here at Queens Hospital. He's considered to be, well, the youngest member ever elected to the College of Diagnosticians and Surgeons. I wouldn't let him cut my nails. Try to get a doctor on the phone. The nurse is in charge of the practice. She's going to protect them from everyone, including the sick people. It's always, "Miss Halsey speaking. How do you do? I'd like to speak to the doctor." "I'm terribly sorry. The doctor's quite busy right now." I said, "I'm glad. I wouldn't want to call a doctor that didn't have any patience. I don't want some yuts waiting around for the phone to ring." "What do I have to do to speak to the doctor?" "Well, what is it about?" "I'd like 2 tickets to Fiddler on the Roof." "I'm sick, you idiot." "Oh, you'd like an appointment. 1 moment, please." "How about a week from Tuesday?" I said, "Swell, I'll have the hearse drop me off. That'd be all right?" "I won't have him nail the lid so the doctor can take a look there, you see." "You want to leave my name and have him call me back? Is it an emergency?" I said, "No, I'm under a truck. Does that constitute an emergency?" I'm going to tell you a true story. If you don't believe it, there's no humor in this story. I was doing a play on Broadway. I became ill. No one knew what it was. It was in all the New York newspapers. Alan King leaves The Impossible Years, complete exhaustion, which is a rich man's disease, you know. I never heard of a poor man ever being admitted to a hospital for complete exhaustion. I'd like to see a poor man walk into a hospital and say, "I'm completely exhausted. I'd like to lay down there for a few days." They say lay in a gutter where you belong. You know, people write to me in America after my shows and they say, we agree with you, but what can we do? I'm only one person. That's the greatest cop-out the world has ever known. One person is the most important thing that's ever been created. Einstein was one person, and Beethoven was one person. There is hope. You've got to get back at him. I'm lying in a hospital. My brother, who is the chief of medicine at the hospital, doesn't know what I have, except he knows I got a lot of money. I have a private room and a private nurse, and I don't know what nurses get here in London, but in America it's now about $80 a day. That's right. I had a woman, a lovely woman. For 2 weeks, she sat there and did needlepoint. Right in front of my eyes, she built the whole couch, just with her little fingers, a whole sofa. The one thing you can't do to me is take my dignity away. The fact that I'm sick has nothing to do with it. And nurses have a tendency to treat you as if you were a fool or a child. They're always saying, how are we feeling? I don't give a damn how you feel. Did we enjoy our din-din? I don't know, is that where they take the tube and they... No, if that was the din-din, I didn't enjoy that either. In the morning, this woman would serve me brekkie-wekkie. Did you ever eat brekkie-wekkie in the morning? Brekkie-wekkie. I finally said, get out of my room. Don't come back until you treat me as an equal. She ran to my brother and said, Alan King is the worst patient we ever had in this hospital. He come running and he says, what's going on? I said, I don't eat brekkie-wekkie. And do you know, you idiot, you're the docky-wacky? She keeps calling you the docky-wacky. He says, you're not on the stage now, big mouth. You're in the hospital. Lay there. That's the name of the game. Lay there. It's like being in jail, being in the army. Take away your dignity. I've been in all three. I know about this. You know. She says, that's your private nurse. What does she do? All day she gives me once a day a sponge bath. Comes to the best part, she gives me the sponge. In 1956, I came to London with Judy. You were so kind to me. I'm grateful. I'm a little late, but thank you very much. Good night.
What do you want, Waldorf?
Hey, Stanley.
What's that?
Has it started yet?
Of course it has. It's been going on for hours and hours and hours. Question is, when will it ever end?
Why, this show certainly has a big cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they could only afford such tacky costumes.
You're looking at the audience, you fathead.
Hey, Statler.
What?
Aren't we usually sitting in that box on the other side of the theater?
Yeah, but I let it go to a family that's growing.
Friends of yours?
What's that?
I say friends of yours?
No, but there's always hope. Yeah.
Of course there's always hope. He's been around as long as I can remember.
How long is that?
No, I can't remember that long.
I didn't think so. Hey, you know what Hope's doing now?
No, what's that?
He's selling gasoline for Texaco.
It's a wise move. I knew he'd never make it as a comic. Hey, you know, I think you were mistaken.
How's that?
Yeah, I've been watching that family. I don't think they're a growing family.
What do you mean?
I keep watching them. They're not getting any taller.
Why did you ever give up your bed at the old fool's home? Hey.
Hey, you know, Statler, I'm hungry. Hey, down there. Got any popcorn?
Hey, stop that, Waldorf. This is a classy affair.
Oh. Hey, down there, you got any caviar?
Waldorf, don't you have any class?
What's that?
I said, don't you have any class, you geriatric wimp?
No, but I got a punchline.
Okay, let's have it.
In introducing a fabulous impressionist like Rich Little, I guess I should mention that it has been said that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. The person who said it obviously never had a check written in his name. Anyway, Rich is what is known as really a bright mimic, probably because when he was delivered, he turned the doctor down and spanked his bottom. He's really unique. He can be 20 different people in 1 minute. For somebody who's not in politics, I think that's not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, the human Xerox machine, Rich Little.
Thank you, Bob. Did you know that John Wayne, now this is true, he was the first singing cowboy? No, really, back at the start of his career, when he made all those pictures for Monogram, he was the singing cowboy. That's hard to believe. John Wayne singing?
Love, what will keep us together? Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking guy comes along, singing a song. Look in your heart and let love keep us together.
Anybody says that's not singing gets it.
Yo!
How about President Jimmy Carter singing?
Smile. Though your heart is aching. Smile. Even though it's breaking. You'll think that love is all worthwhile if you just smile. You know, I smile a lot around the White House. That's because my administration is turning into a big joke.
I'd like to do 3 Britishers for you, starting off with Engelbert Humperdinck. So I'll send you to sleep after the loving with a song I just wrote yesterday. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new, 'cause after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Engelbert. Here is a brilliant composer, singer, actor, Anthony Newley.
And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg still borrow my share of laughter. I could learn to with you on a new time.
fall in love. I mean it, fall in break down the door. Forgive me, Delilah, I just will not take anymore. Forgive me, Delilah, I just will not take anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Little did us a great favor. He filled in for a man that was supposed to be here with us, a man that meant an awful lot to me and an awful lot to the world. My partner in the road pictures, probably the greatest entertainer that we've ever had. And tonight, there's a gal sitting in the audience that I think should take a bow. She came to see the show, and I just think she's a courageous gal, Miss Kathy Crosby. There she is. There you are. I'd like to have Harry get up and take a bow. Harry Crosby, ladies and gentlemen, right there. And now to lend even more distinction to an already distinguished evening, here once again are the Muppets in their classic rendition of Music by Offenbach. Ladies and gentlemen, the music and artistry of Mr. Harry Belafonte.
We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Ha, ha, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ha, ha, so is life. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Whoa, so is life about you are. So is life. Whoa, so is life about you are. So is life. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Whoa, so is it like about you are? So is life. Whoa, so is life about you are. So is life. Hello, mama, sang it also. Hello, mama, sang it also. Hello, mama, sang it also. Hello, sang it also. Hey, hey, Amalala sang it also. Hello, mama, sang it also. Hello, mama, sang it. Hello, mama, sang it also. Hello, sang it. Whoa, so is life about you are. So is life. Whoa, so is life about you are. So is life. The song we just completed has its theme in in African law and African mythology. It's called Turn the World Around. And it's only fitting that now that we're here in England, those of us who are visitors should perhaps embark upon a theme that's indigenous to English life. I have such a song. It's called Streets of London. Have you seen the old man in the closed-down market, kicking up the papers with his worn-out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and hanging loosely at his side, yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say for you a sun will shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. And over in that old cafe at 11:15, same old man sits there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. And each tea lasts an hour, and he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say for you a sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She has no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home into carrier bags. Have you seen the old salt outside the seaman's mission? His memory is fading like the metal ribbons that he wears. In our winter city, the rain cries a little pity. One more forgotten hero in a world that doesn't care. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say for you a sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. Say for you a sun don't shine. the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind.
I would like to do a song. I've had a request. Well, actually, it's a fill-in. But it's a number I did here about 25 years ago. It's a serious number. And only Jack Parnell could understand this music. I'd like to do it. I've got an invitation to a dance, but I don't think I'll go. All my friends there would know. It would hurt me to see the one who should be with me with somebody else. I've got an invitation to a dance. It's the town's big affair. All my friends will be there. It will hurt me to see the one who should be with me with somebody else. I don't want to start a lot of gossip. Out of sight is out of mind. Maybe there's a chance that we can make up. Now you never know, boy, we'll meet once again. Got an invitation to it, but I don't think I will. With somebody else. We like to keep him working. An invitation to a dance. I think there's nothing more pleasant in the spring of the year than to... Excuse me. I forgot to shake the bottle. An invitation to a dance. Yes, I wanted to go, but I was afraid she'd be there. I went. She was there, and he was there. I didn't want them to see me. I wondered how many he's had been with she since me, and whether she'd told he about me. That's while she and he were still me and she before he met she, and he and she became she and he instead of me and she. I had the same trouble once with a couple called him and her. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm just another sore loser in the game of love. Crying over just another woman, but no, she was more than that to me. You see, we went to Sandhurst together. That's West Point over here. No one at Sandhurst would have known, but she made the mistake of trying out for the swimming team. She was beautiful. I'll never forget the first afternoon I met her at the Gypsy Tea Room. She sat there with a candlelight dancing in her hair. All afternoon, the candlelight danced in her hair. When she got up to go, she was completely bald. And she had a strange power over me. After I'd leave her, I'd go home and play the piano for hours, which was very strange because we didn't have a piano. Oh, and there were so many gay parties. My, we used to sleep with a paper hat on. I remember the big cocktail party I threw in her honor. 500 people were there, waiting for her in the living room, and she appeared at the top of the stairs in that dress, that topless evening bottom. It was hard to get to her that night. She was completely surrounded by admirers, some wanting to talk, others bringing her drink, still others lighting her cigar. Finally, I got her alone in the garden, asked her for a kiss, and she gave me one that burnt my lips to ashes. She forgot to take the cigar out of her mouth. Yes, she finally gave me her lips, and I sold mine and kept hers. Later that night, I proposed. She accepted, and we were deliriously happy. But then came the war. My draft classification was 2C, coward in both wars. But she went, she rejoined the cavalry, came out of it without a single scratch, except the time she broke her leg and they almost had to shoot her. After the war, I thought we'd be happy, but no, I started noticing another man's hat around the apartment, then another man's hat and another man's hat. Finally got so bad, we finally had to put in a hat check girl. Were they cooking in the dressing room? So I went to her and I told her she'd have to stop seeing other men or I'd run away and live in a sewer in Paris. And things worked out fine. She's still seeing other men and I'm going steady with a rat. I've got an invitation to a dance, but I don't think I'll go. All my friends there would know. It would hurt me to see the one who should be with me with somebody else. That's he and she. This is me, still a wallflower. I've tried everything. I wash my things in Lux, carry an air wick in each pocket. I use all the deodorants. I use so many deodorants, when I stand still, I leave a puddle. But I'll try again. May I cut in?
Why don't you leave us alone?
It would hurt me to see the one who should be with me with somebody else. I think that's what killed vaudeville. 25 years ago, the most fair lady was beginning her rule over the British Empire. Another fair lady from London, who made her Palladium debut at the age of 8, was on the threshold of becoming New York's newest musical comedy star. For the past 2.5 decades, they've both reigned supreme, and the world couldn't be happier. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pink Panther's #1 fan, and one of my favorite people, Miss Julie Andrews, right here.
Tonight, while the lights are shining and the microphone is on, we've played for you
How great has been our pleasure, but how short has seemed the time we've stayed with you. But we've played for you. Yes, we've played for you. From the start until the end, every song has told you we are friends. We love to play for you. Hear the band, hear the band. Won't you let the music take you by the hand? Let this night go on forever. Don't you ever stop the music, let its spirit set you free. Now hear the band, ain't it grand? Just to sing and stomp your feet and clap your hands. And these moments we've shared together, and we've played for you. It's taken many years, and we have come a long, long way to play for you. Our lives are but a song written in many ways, just to say to you, to say to you, we love this, yes we do. And we hope that this has been as special as it should have been, with music and laughter for you. Hear the band, won't you let the music take you by the hand? Let this night go on forever. Don't you ever stop the music, let its spirit set you free. Now hear the band, ain't it grand? Just to sing and stomp your feet and clap your hands. And these moments we've shared together, and we fill them full of good things like you never ever knew. So hear the band, come on band, oh it's grand, yes it's grand, just to play for you. Just lovely being here at the Palladium. Actually, I should correct Bob. He said I first appeared here when I was 8. Actually, it was when I was 12 years old. And goodness, that must have been almost 10 years ago. And I thought it would be nice to sing some of the songs that have been keeping me occupied during most of that time. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, it's then I remember my favorite things. I simply remember my favorite things. Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so. Tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to Do mi mi so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do mi mi so so re fa fa la ti ti. Diddle 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 I diddle diddle I. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is really quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. And tell it strong and clear if he has not, that once there was a fleeting wisp of glory called Camelot. Camelot, Camelot. Sundown. By 8 a.m. the morning fog had flown. Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot for one brief shining moment that was known Don't talk of stars burning above. If you're in love, show me. Tell me no dreams filled with desire. If you're on fire, show me. Here we are together in the middle of the night. Don't talk of spring, just hold me tight. Anyone who's ever been in love will tell you that this is no time for a chat. Haven't your lips longed for my touch? Well, don't say how much. Show me. Show me! Don't wait until wrinkles and lines come out over my brow. Show me now. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart I could have danced as they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll
Anyway, here's how I feel about this night, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks for the memories, the years of laughs and smiles that stretch across the miles, the love so real we always feel when in the British Isles. And we thank you so much. And thanks for the memories of friendships long and true, friendships young and new. You know, no matter where we go, our hearts are here with you. And we thank you so much. You know, I'm so proud to be a part of America's salute to the Queen. The friendship and respect that each of our nations has for the other is an inspiration to the entire world. Or it should be. It's nice when one nation can be welcomed into another with a handshake and a pat on the back, but that doesn't leave any hands free to be holding onto a weapon. That's especially important to me. I like everyone to have both hands free to applaud at a moment's notice. Now, we share many things: a love for freedom, a concern for our fellow men, a deep commitment to human rights for all, an indomitable spirit that compels us to expand our frontiers in thought as well as in space. Fighting side by side in war has brought us, each of us, an understanding and appreciation of each other's strength. America drew her first existence from Britain. Our government was patterned after her own. Thankfully, the spirit of freedom and liberty is still the prime force behind both nations. We cherish Britain's friendship and we respect and admire her leaders. Thanks to Lord Lugred, it's a pleasure and an honor and a privilege to represent the American people in wishing Her Majesty a joyous and blessed 25th anniversary. Long live the Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brotherhood of Band. Henson and the Muppets. Cleo, Laine, John Dankworth, John Williams. Tommy Cooper. Shirley MacLaine. Rudolf, Nureyev, and Lola Clips. Rich Little. Harry Belafonte. Julie Andrews.
The audience and the artists joining together to show their appreciation to the Queen for attending tonight's gala. A gala which is expected to raise £1 million for charity. 18 charities will benefit, including the Entertainment Artists Benevolent Fund, the Queen's Silver Jubilee Fund and the YMCA, the Young Men's Christian Association. For the audience here, the show is over. But for those backstage, there is still more to come. Perhaps their just reward for giving so freely of their time and talent. A chance for them to meet the royal family and to be thanked personally for their contribution to this evening. Thank you to the Muppets, to Jim Henson, the hairy one, known to you as Kermit the Frog, and Frank Oz, this piggy. Thank you to Pam Ayres, who is no stranger to the palace, she tells me. She said when she was a little girl, she used to peek through at the palace from behind her father's uniform when he was Sergeant Stan Ayres of the Guards on sentry duty outside Buckingham Palace. Thank you to Alan King, his third Royal Command performance. A chance, too, to see that beautiful tiara the Queen is wearing, which once belonged to her grandmother, Queen Mary, and now adorns the head of probably the most famous grandmother in the world. Thanks to Julie Andrews, whom Lord Great introduced as our Julie, and thanks to Nureyev from Prince Charles, and thanks to Shirley MacLaine. background, Yoko Morishita, the little ballet dancer who came specially from Japan. Thank you too to Gary Smith and to Dwight Hemian, the producers and director of the show, together with Robert Nesbitt, one of our famous stage producers. And as the royal family continue their word of thanks to the cast, so we have sadly to bid you farewell. This is Shaw Taylor saying thank you for joining us and good night from this very special Silver Jubilee Royal Variety Gala at the Palladium.